Hi guys, it's Bryant Dillon from Fanbase Press. We're here at Comic-Con 2017, and once again I'm talking to writer Phillip Kennedy Johnson about some awesome comics. How you doing this year?
I'm great, man. Everything's really good.
Excellent. Well, I really enjoyed talking to you last year, and you're doing something really exciting coming up. You're going to be taking on the Kong mythology with a project called Kong, Gods of Skull Island. So why don't we just start off, if you could tell us a little bit about the premise and the rest of the creative team involved.
Sure. So the book takes place before the events of the movies that we know, and it's about, in a word, it's about religion, I guess. It's about Kong, the living god, as the natives see him, and his relationship with the island and his relationship with the natives. Whenever I've seen the movies in the past, obviously Kong is the big spectacle, and it's a fascinating idea, but I've also been fascinated by the culture of the natives, and I want to see more of that. I want to see what it's like to live, generations on the bottom of the food chain with all these other monsters all around you and Kong at the top. Like, what's it like to live on an island in that kind of, like the harshest environment around?
And who else do you have working with you on this book?
Artist is named Chad Lewis. He's outstanding. I could not have picked a better guy. He's killing it.
Good with monsters?
Yes, so far he's great with monsters and humans alike.
Excellent. All right, so one interesting point that I think that you really touch on is this idea of, like, all right, there is a religion around this creature. These people have existed for, I guess it could be hundreds of years, at least decades, on this island worshiping Kong. For you, when I've read some of your previous works, you really dive into what I would think are sort of like supernatural or extreme situations, but people that are acting in a very grounded, realistic way, something akin to, like, I would say, like Walking Dead or something like that. Is that something that you feel like you're going to be able to bring to the Kong mythos and sort of the examination of these people who live on the island?
Yes, for sure. This is not, like you said, it's not the story of people who are just, well, actually there are outsiders in the story. We see the story through their eyes. People that come to the island and they find this place and they think it's something they can claim. Like, they try to claim Skull Island for their own. They don't know what it is and what's there. So we do see people from our kind of environment acting as they would, but we also see, what if you're like 10th generation, Church of Kong, where you've been there your entire life, and your whole line, for as long back as anyone can remember, has been there. What's that culture like? So we see how they react. We see how they stay alive in that place, and how they view Kong, and how the outsiders view them, and how they interact. And there's some conflict there. Like, the outsiders think they know what's best for them, and the natives are like, no, you don't get how stuff works here.
And do you think readers will find themselves relating to the tribe as much as they find themselves relating to people that are more used to the world like them?
They'll probably relate more to the outsiders, but hopefully they'll understand the natives a little better, and like the things that they do to survive in a place like that.
All right. And I know they've done a few Kong comics. We know that this franchise is just gearing up for a huge cinematic universe. Do you have more stories about Kong in you to share with others?
I would love to. It's a really fascinating world. It was really cool to go back and read the original material it was based on, like the original book and the original movie, and the sequel book that came out many years ago. It's been really cool to get to know that character and the natives, and I could do a lot more of this if it came to that, for sure.
Excellent. Well, anything else that you're working on currently that you can share with us, or?
Yes, I'm working on Power of the Dark Crystal. I'm co-writing that with Cy Spurrier, also for Room Studios. I came on board for that at issue 5, and that goes all the way through issue 12. And it's been a dream come true to work on Henson. Henson is a huge fan of mine. He's this man who just lived his whole life just to create beautiful things. It's all his work just blows me away. So to work on Dark Crystal is a great honor. I have some other things that are not announced yet. I can't talk about just yet.
No problem.
Outside of Boom Studios, I've got a small press book with Scout Comics called SMOKETOWN that I'm really excited about, and that's ongoing as well.
What's that one about?
SMOKETOWN is a crime story. It's basically it's kind of a pulp fiction approach to storytelling, where it's a bunch of individual chapters that stand alone, but they also tie together to tell a larger story. So you can read any one issue of the story and get it without having to read all the others, but all the stories together give you a larger picture of this little town in industrial PA, and we get to see kind of behind the curtain all the shady things that happen there.
What town is it? Set in a specific town in Pennsylvania?
No, I call it SMOKETOWN.
So it's a fictional town.
It's a fictional town, but it's based in like some of the old steel mill towns that had a hard go from the economy, and actually a real town, Centralia, Pennsylvania, does come into play. It's a town where a coal mine underneath the city has years ago caught fire, and they were never able to pull it out. So this town has been burning for generations, and it's basically abandoned, and how some local crime guys use that to their advantage.
Okay, I'll have to check that out. As a PA resident, former PA resident, and former resident of Pittsburgh, that sounds very interesting.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I hope you dig.
I think I will. So, Will, let's wrap up with a question about. I know that you're obviously getting to step into the world of the Dark Crystal. Mm-hmm. You're getting to step into the world of King Kong. You've got your own projects going on. Are there any other franchises out there that you would like to have a chance to write for?
Oh my God, yes. There's so we're talking like shoot for the moon, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Hellblazer all day.
Okay.
I know I've read every word of Hellblazer that's ever been written, so I'd love to get a shot at that.
Hello, John Constantine.
I mean, nice. I would never say no to Batman, Moon Knight, all those creepy, crazy at night guys.
Right.
I like the ground level dudes for the most part, but Hellblazer is also really, really fun for me. That and Doctor Strange and a lot of the creepier guys like, oh man, Swamp Thing and Spectre, Deadman. I love all those guys. God, there's so many. I hadn't thought about that. But I mean, Jim Henson for sure. Anytime, anything. I would love to do Henson anytime. Contributing to that world has been an unbelievable experience.
Oh, it's an awesome project, and I can't wait to see what you add to it. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Pleasure to see you.
And once again, this is Bryant from Fanbase Press. If you want to see more interviews or con coverage from San Diego Comic-Con, go to fanbasepress.com.